Well, you know, I think I've droned on long enough.
I just heard what happened. I wanted to offer my condolences to the team. Quark's loss is a true tragedy. The man was a hero. Brave, honest, kind, and humble to the core.
What a load of bullshit.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that, but yep, this is mostly a boss run of Final Fantasy VIII. But I am doing things slightly different. Yes, it is going to be a boss run, but I'm going to do a few explanations along the way, talk about certain parts of the game and stuff. just to well, you know, help you guys out. But yeah, as you can tell, I am playing it straight from my PlayStation 3. I actually have the original copy of this game, a PS1. But again, the discs is like really scratched and it's just awful. So yeah, screw that. I decided to just download it from the PSN. So everything blah blah blah. Yeah, okay, I guess. But yeah, I particularly do not like this game too much compared to the Final Fantasy games. I don't hate it compared to Final Fantasy 13 or 3, but the reason I don't like this game isn't just about the story of the characters. It's one particular thing, which I'm going to explain later on. But for now, I'm just going to confirm. I'm not going to change people's names. Just going to scroll. But yeah, sometimes I might do a few videos that are with live commentary, and others, for the most part, it's just not going to be must be doing a boss run. But I'm going to do things like commentary when I explain some things about the game's mechanics, because this is different compared to other Final Fantasy games. I didn't do it with Final Fantasy 7. It was pretty simple, self-explanatory, even when I went through the tutorials. But yeah, it's pretty simple. 8 is completely different. And believe it or not, this is the first Final Fantasy game I played. Yes, Final Fantasy 8 was the first one I played. I know, you must feel real sorry for me. this is the first one I play. It's not as simple as all the others. Yeah, I got stuck in this game for a very long time because I had no idea what the heck I was doing. Yeah. Ooh, another FMV. This is one of my favourite ones. This was this. I'm not gonna lie, pretty hot. But yeah, that other guy was Cypher. Believe me, we be seeing him quite a bit in this game, so to speak. But this part, I'm not actually going to show off the boss. I'm actually just focus mainly on the game's mechanics and stuff, for the most part. But yeah, the main character, well, he's not exactly the most likable character. So yeah, get used to him barely saying anything. You know, that's just how he is. Yeah, that's not going to happen, Christies. But she's actually our instructor, even though she's about the same age as us. But yeah, here's the thing I actually did not know while playing this, about GFs. You can actually get them right here. I was waiting to talk to Christine later on in the game, she actually gives them to you. But if you actually examine your desk, like so, if I can actually... Well, there we go. You can actually take your stats here. So, yep, you can check here for the toys and stuff if you want to. There we go, Quetzalcoatl and Shiva. So you can actually get him right here instead. I always thought you had to wait until you got to Quetzalcoatl. I didn't even know about this, so yeah. I'm just keeping the names as they are. I'm not going to change them. Yep, this base is a toy if you want to know stuff about the menu game. But I'm actually going to explain it to you instead. So, yep. Forget about that. And that's pretty much telling you all about the garden and stuff, about details. That you can do for yourselves off screen, but I'm not going to bother with that. I don't want to get those GFs done over it. Not really. Yeah, but I just explained that. But Ernest can only get the story on a bit before he can do some proper explanations. Oh, here's the next memory I have soon, but I don't spoil it too much. So you can say no if you want, but I'm going to show you guys I made this for the tutorial's sake. Because the face is actually a bit big and a little confusing. Oh, sorry. Well, if you look at this guy, he actually gives him pretty sweet. That I'm going to talk about later with cards. But yeah, you quest go over and talk to him with a trio. They get 7 cards, so make sure you talk to him. They're not that useful, but it's better than having no cards at all for starters. But yeah, even though this is an emulator, it is still based off the CD, so that's why it's pretty much a loading screens. So this basically is telling you about where you need to go and stuff in the directory. Yep, that's it. He's a headmaster in this game. Oh, sorry, I can't stop yawning. But yeah, that's basically a good way of telling you guys where you need to go next, tutorials and all that. So you know that's something you can do. But yeah, I'm actually going to go straight to the front gate and talk to Christie's. Because when she joins, then that's when I can actually start talking about the really important thing. Which is basically the main mechanic in the game during battles. This is what got me stuck for a pretty long time. I had no idea what the heck I was doing in this game. Like, this was the first fighting game I ever got. It was really confusing for me. So hopefully my explanation could help not go for the same trap falls I did. That is a draw point, but I'm going to explain that in a bit once I talk to Christie's. Almost there. Ah, there she is. Yep, this is where we get GFs. Ah, yes, and junctioning. Yeah, I completely. This thing completely over my head when I was younger, so I had no idea what the heck I was doing. But we can skip. I'm skipping this for triangle. Yeah, because I'm going to tell you guys myself. So. Oh yeah, that's why she doesn't come with you when you're inside. But I guess I thought, oh yeah, that's why she doesn't. Yeah, I forgot about that. I need to change my controls. Is there a good... Oh, there we go. There you go. I want triangle to be in the menu. It just makes more sense for that way for me personally. But there we are. But anyway, we just go to junction like so. This is the junction menu. Anytime you get a new GF and stuff, you can junction these right here if you want to. So you can have Chrysotola or Shiva. In this case I have Shiva, but it doesn't really matter. Then once you add that, then you can add abilities. Magic lets you use magic, GF lets you use your guarding force. Basically it's just something in the game. But the difference here is you can use as many times as you want. There is no MP in this game. Draw lets you draw magic and items. We don't even have any items at the moment, so there's no point having that. So we're going to stick to this. And these are your side abilities. You could say they've got like passive abilities in the game that give you like extra boosted stats or extra commands maybe. Oh, and I think extra commands can go here. But they're basically for extra stat boost and stuff. So it's pretty sweet. And then you can actually go to GFs yourselves and have a look at them. And you can decide which ability they want to learn first. Which is pretty sweet actually. So, the one I want to learn first, actually most important quite frankly, is this card. Because this turns enemies into cards, which should be to be very useful for us to learn. For her, I want to junction strength. That way I can junction magic to strength and stuff. First of all, we actually need some magic before we can actually do anything else. So, let's go back. Let's backtrack a bit now. And talk about those draw points. Draw points that you draw magic over on the ground. These actually reset over time. I'm not really sure that works. I think it's about how many steps you take. Oh, it's a nice cure one. Cure is actually very good. One of the best spells in the game to help you draw. So you can't draw until you've junctioned the GF to yourself. Then you can actually start doing some stuff. We're going to backtrack actually now. And, well... Actually, I could have done this along the way when I think about it. It doesn't matter. It's giving you a bit of explanation of how the gameplay works anyway, how you explore. But yeah, that's how draw points work. As long as you have the draw command or something, or you junction the GF, then you can just draw. So you need to make sure you junction the GF before you can actually do it. They reset over time, so they're pretty useful. But the real drawing comes from battles, and that's when stuff gets really time consuming. There are ways later on with certain abilities which help you get magic much quicker, but some way or another you will be doing quite a bit of grinding. And it's as boring and frustrating as you think it is. Yeah, some of these places aren't even worth going to, quite frankly. Some of them are just there. It's quite a good place. Like I said, some of these places just don't have much really good stuff there. Some of them do. You can explore this whole place if you want. Excuse me, do you play an instrument? This instrument just keeps on following you. Come on, don't worry. Yeah, she just keeps following you for some reason. You can actually talk to someone we just met like here. In the dialogue if you want to. Right here. Huh, there she is. Are you interested in what I'm doing? She's interested. She's at this garden festival. Sure. I think earlier in the game, draw points are pretty useful, I suppose, to get some magic earlier on. But later on in the game, once you have certain abilities which you learn, which help you refine magic, the draw points don't really seem that useful, to be honest. This is one of the biggest drawbacks I like about this game. There is literally no balancing whatsoever. You can become so overpowered so quickly, it's obscene. It's just ridiculous. Like, I don't know what they're thinking with some of these ideas in this game, because there's literally no balancing whatsoever. If you know what to do with junctioning and stuff, you can become overpowered like ridiculously quickly. It's not even funny. It just makes the game a complete bore fest. Cypher, drink. Yeah, but if you play Kingdom Hearts 2, this is where they come from, Final Fantasy VIII. But yeah, Raijin most likely, for instance, with Yeno, and Fujin, well, she only speaks like in single word dialogues, very few words. Right. Yeah, that makes me fusion rating. Oh, you're done for. Nope, but here we go. What? But if you go like here, there's actually a secret area you can go to, which actually has another draw point. Oh, no, I guess not. Oh no, this is the point where you can actually get some rare cards. Yeah, unlike Final Fantasy IX, cards are actually useful in this game. They're not just for the sake of collectibles, they actually have a proper use. Which is actually nice, because with the GF with it equipped, you can learn card mod and stuff, and basically card intelligence in the cards card mod allows you to turn those cards into usual items or basically magic. It's really good. It makes getting cards that much more worth it, because this saves you well, having to do the whole thing yourself. It's pretty sweet. Yeah, then go to the car park. That's the training center right there. And there's the library. This is where I want to go. I guess you can't talk to her. Oh. But if you go along here, yep, you get an occult fan number 1. I think you can view this in the items menu. Yep, so you can actually get some exclusive here. These don't actually do anything, but they do sell for a lot of money. Nice. But if you go around this part, right here, it's still a secret. Ooh, we've seen it. Nice. So yeah, some secret. I'm not going to go to the training center. That's just fighting a bunch of monsters and stuff along the way. But you actually go later on during the story. There's no point going back there again. But I just figured I might as well show you guys this part anyway. Once Christine joins us and stuff, then well, joins us properly and all that. Actually, wait, can I just junction right now? Oh, yeah, I can actually. There you are. Magic, GF, and 4. But yeah, GFs do a lot of damage, yeah, but they take a long time to charge up and stuff to all enemies. But the thing is though, like past games, you can use as much time as you want. There's no downside to using them a ton of times and stuff. But the animations are quite long and they can't be skipped. They actually fixed the 5:29 a bit. So that was pretty nice of them. Oh, nothing reset already? Nothing will reset that quickly. Okay, it did. Very well. Not like complaining. But yeah, how this works is that magic is done like in like slots and items and all that. So you're basically going to use it a certain amount of times. So we go to magic like so. I have 6 cures and 14 Isunas. So I'm going to use like cure 9 times before I run out. The maximum carry of each magic in the game is 100. 100 is the best because it gives you the maximum, it becomes a junction. There we go. Now we're actually going to go onto the field. And here we go. This is basically the field map right here. And the fire cavern is literally right there. Actually, I think if you stay on the road when like walking around and stuff, you don't actually have to fight any random encounters. But there you go, there's the cave right there. Now you can do some fights in the forest as well. You can, but be careful because there's a chance you might actually fight against the T-Rex. And that guy is actually pretty tough. It's a bit unfair actually where random encounters go. He's really tough at this point, taking really a lot of damage. Like, really unfair. Does save in here? We go as well, why the hell not? But anywho, now I'm going to show you about why, how to die this game I find a bit controversial. But let's just all around for a bit till we get some random encounters or something. Oh, here we go. Let's see what we get. Oh, this guy. This is good enough. Scroll. You still remember? The R1 is the trigger. Pull it just as you strike. Same for the bazooka again. Those are basically limit breaks, I suppose, in this game. But anywho, basically say you just draw and then stop. It's what you want to do pretty much the entire time. For like basic magic. The magic stat in this game is actually important because basically you notice that sometimes when you use draw it fails, you don't get as much magic. The more the magic stat is, the more times you can actually draw and stuff. The chance that the draw will work and the chance you can actually get the amount of magic. The max you can get is like between 1 and 9. So yeah, 9 is the max you can get per draw. There we go. If you push R1 at the right moment, he will always do a critical hit, which I actually think is pretty sweet. See, I didn't do it at the right time then, so it was just a normal attack. But yeah, it took a bit of time to get the timing, but it is possible. With a bit of practice, you should do it in no time. But anywho, I guess now is a good time to try the junction command with basically magic. So let's just do a bit of an experiment. Depending on what magic you can use and stuff, you can actually get some pretty nice boosts in stats. You need a lot more of them to be more effective. So you notice that the stats only go up a little, so you need to buy a lot more of that magic stat to go up. Plus it depends. Magic only is best in certain status effects in the game, so it doesn't work with all of them. So you know you got to think carefully what you want to use. See, that tells you then whether it goes up or down. See, kills a really good magic stat in this game. It helps boost a lot of your stats, especially HP. Especially, that's pretty sweet actually. So yeah, see, pretty cool. You can also exchange magic as well, if you want to. So, for instance, if I can exchange some cure spells, so I can exchange or I can split. So in this case, there we go. Then she has some. So you can do that as well if you want to. This game has a lot of micromanaging, and it can get really confusing. I really hope this helps you guys out like a little bit. As you can see, I don't have enough cure spells that to become effective. It depends on what you get to help increase your magic with certain spells. Sometimes it gets a lot, sometimes it's barely any. It's kind of confusing and annoying that way. That's where I really recommend you get a few guides as well to help you out. But there's one thing you do want to see around here if you do fights, who actually gets quite a lot of AP earlier in the game. And good for early level up in AP if you want. These guys. See, we're actually getting top from the ground, so I can draw something from them in particular. But scan's pretty useful. It's pretty self-explanatory. It tells the enemy's HP, their strengths or weaknesses, and actually nice. Actually gives you a little explanation on basically and what the enemy's about. Jeez, just pop up already. Sure, being stubborn. There we go. Got ya. There. Now I got them both popped up. Ooh, blizzards. That's what I want. Very nice. And you have sleeps. And this is where it comes to the time consuming. You have to do this over and over again, and yeah, it is as boring as it sounds. It's not exactly fun. It can get boring. This is the part of the game which can really turn into a grind fest. Not in a good way. Just a really boring, frustrating way. Yeah. Well, I guess now I'm going to show you guys the GFs. And while I'm doing that, I can draw some of this. There we are. There's a particular reason why you want to fight these enemies too. They actually drop a nice item, which you can help mod later on. Bye. But yeah, they're cool and all, but the fact you can't fast forward through them, and it's old pretty quickly. Aw, man. But you get the 6 AP. And that's quite a lot in this part of the game. So yeah, pretty useful if you want to grind a bit to learn certain abilities. You can learn boost super quick, and it only costs 10 AP. But yeah, just thought I'd show you guys that off. So just some tips. You want to go and get a few blizzards and stuff and some cure spells, and just experiment with the draw system in particular in junctioning certain abilities and magic. Actually, but yeah, the maximum magic you can carry is up to 8. Page 8, you can't carry more than that. So eventually somebody's going to have to give. Yeah, but I give more to you, Christies. And let's see. I think this gives me a nice boost in magic, actually. 1 point. But yeah, I'm just showing you guys the example of how you can boost your magic stats and stuff. But this is why I want to up the GFs. That way I can put my magic on the certain stats. Eventually become extremely overpowered. But yeah, early on in the game you need to worry about magic stats in particular or leveling up. You can use certain magic and cure spells, but you don't need to worry too much about junctioning to relate in the game. Early on, these bosses or even enemies are so easy that you don't need to worry about that. Just make sure you feel cure spells beforehand, you should be just fine. But as for abilities, the reason that's blanked out is because I haven't actually learned any yet. But eventually, when I do learn the abilities like card mod, which you get at a certain level, I haven't learned that yet. See, when your GMs actually level up too, but it isn't just to make him stronger and stuff. You notice during battle that my HP changed. that's because the GFs actually take place and they take damage for you and stuff, and they can actually get killed too. I mean, to use as like a GF return or something, or I think Sleep Get In or something like that. But yeah, they actually take your place and stuff, and also they're actually more comparable later on and be able to be summoned much faster. But the summon animation is still just as slow. But there we go. This one, refine water and ice magic from an item. So that actually an ability which you can use later on. So items can be just items to get from battle, or better yet, the cards you win and stuff. So I also wanted to show you guys a tutorial of how this game works. So I special off screen, you guys look for a few enemies and draw some cure spells and some blizzards and stuff and all that. Just draw a lot from other enemies and just experiment a bit with them. Unfortunately, there is no quick way of doing it for the time being until you've learned a few abilities help refine. Yep, you're gonna have to draw the old-fashioned way until you get about 100 or so. So you could get 100 from each of them, or you could just get up to like 50 from each, then exchange, and then just give them all to one. But either way, it's still gonna take a long time to do. It's just time consuming that way. But this is why I wanted to give guys a bit of a tutorial. You can also look at your cards as well. These are the cards you actually get. Yeah, I know they're not very good for the time being, but later on we'll be actually getting a really good card, which will really help us out during certain card games, which I'm going to explain in a later video. But for now, I think we're going to end off right here. But yeah, for the most part, I'm going to do live commentary when it comes to doing explanations, when it comes to junctions and stuff. There's still a lot more to the junction system I haven't talked about yet. I'm going to talk about stat effects and elements as well. That also gets added in as well a bit later on. But for the time being, I recommend you just walk around here for a bit. If you want to heal up and rest, go back to your dormitory. And you can rest there for free if you want to. And just go back here and stuff and experiment. Also one other thing, the overdrives and stuff you do, like or limit breaks. Actually, I think they're in the menu. Is it status? Yeah, right here. There we go. The specials. These are your junctions. Are basically your special attacks. This is the gunblade auto mode. So basically, you can set the auto on to basically do a critical hit for you, but I think it doesn't always do that, so best just leave it off. But you only get to use abilities once your HP is like really low or in the yellow. Then you can just rapidly press circle over and over again until you get what you want. But yeah, but don't do the yellow, you keep doing it over and over again. This is my main problem in the game, like I said. It isn't balanced at all. If you know how to use junctions, if you know how all these stats work, so but say if I got eventually with Shiva, I could junction the strength. If I junction enough magic into strength and stuff, I could become really strong like super quickly without even trying. And it'd just be ridiculous. And you got that super early on in the game. If you know what cards to get, you can mod them into really powerful magic spells, which you probably not supposed to get later on. But again, this game is so poorly balanced, you can just overpower everything. And lastly, levels in particular, like in general, don't mean anything. In fact, when you level up, so do enemies. They get stronger as well. So don't even care if you're not at a high level or anything. I'm a level 8 and 7. You don't need to level grind or anything like that for experience. In fact, boss fights don't even give you experience. They only give you AP. So yeah, even they realize it was just nonsense. So you don't even need to bother with that crap. So what I'm basically saying is that focus based on the junction system. Don't bother too much and trying to gain like super high levels and stuff. It's not really that important. Oh, sorry, a bit yawn there. I hope none of this has gone to your head or anything. If you have any questions, please comment below. I'll also give a few guys tutorials and stuff. Also, I think I'm going to give a link to HC Bailey as well. He's actually doing a let's play of this, and I'm actually watching his long way while doing this, and he gives some really good tips and advice. So I'm actually going to link in the description below to his channel and his playlist, and you should really watch it if you haven't played Final Fantasy VIII before to pretty much give you some good tips, because they were really useful. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this sort of difference. But next time we're actually going to find our first boss back in the fire cabin. So yeah, hopefully you guys by then should be a bit more experienced and learn a bit more how draw works. Again, it's due to experimentation. Just gotta look around and draw some enemies. You know, get enough until you get the amount you need. So I'm going to do that off screen. This is part of the reason why it's going to be a boss run, because it'd be so boring to just see me draw over and over again from enemies. That I'm going to do off screen. But I hope this explanation helps you guys out. But next time, like I said, we find our first boss in the fire cave. But that is Maximum 347. Go to IG the platformer. Stay classy.